Hi, it's Tony with another fantastic product, the Speedway Mini 4 Pro. So recently, I moved to the city of Chicago, and I got the Divvy bike, which is phenomenal with all the stations I can dock it at. But it's for me to for me to go from the Loop to Uptown to play some tennis. Using a Divvy bike, it takes about 35 minutes. So and it exhausts me. So at that point, I'm really tired to play tennis, but I decided to try this one of the scooters in the city that they offered from Bird, Lyft, and all the other ones. And they were cool. They were Captain Speed, but they were phenomenal. It was a fun ride. So eventually, I did a bunch of research to get myself a scooter. The first one I wanted to get, and I was willing to spend more money than usual, just because you pay what you get. You you get what you pay for. So I was first. At first point when I heard about the boosted rev, I was like, you know what, 1600 must be a really good board then, good speeds, good everything. So let's get it. Let's do some more research. On the other hand, I was thinking, hey, you know what? Let's just go with the Xiaomi for 350. Let's just try it out, burn it out. If it has problems, that's okay. But then I was like, no, let's get back. So I was looking at the boosted rev reviews on Instagram, and I was going down the comments, and I found one guy who had a really lengthy response to like the boosted board for 1600. It's well marketed, so then people will buy it. People go for that, obviously, because they trust that, with so many images and videos of it working, and it's a good one. I've seen it a lot. I've seen their boards in the city, and I've seen their scooters, a few of them, and they look beautiful. It's like driving a Tesla. Well, this is the actual Tesla right here. This Speedway is actually the lowest model they have, the Mini 4. It costs typically $1,200, but I got it for $1,050 just because they're running a promotion online. They still might have it as of September 14th. But the reason I went for it is because when I was looking at the boosted rev board, somebody in the comments discussed all the specs, and it was a really lengthy discussion, which I really liked. And so I ended up researching more about it, and just getting really hyped up on it. Being the fact that the manufacturer has been around since the 1999, and just based on what the guy was saying, describing, and what the specs were. So this beauty right here has 3 speeds, 3 speeds, and first one is 20 kilometers an hour, which is 14 miles an hour, I believe. I think that's the conversion factor, just 0.7, whatever the kilometers an hour times 0.7 or 0.6, whatever. But I was able to actually achieve, and when you buy this, it's actually typically capped. You can request for it to be uncapped. It's actually, be careful, because in the States there's a legal limit. So this beauty can go up to 28 miles an hour. This is the base model. It takes 6 hours to charge, stuff like that, but I really like it. So when I first ordered this machine, I wanted a black one, but the guy from California Cooper called me and said, hey, listen, we don't have a black one. I'm willing to give you a white one and knock off $50 instantly. Customer service A plus. You can't get that with a lot of companies that I researched. So that's that. And I was like, you know what? Instead of sending me $50 off, why don't you just give me like something? Why don't you just throw some goodies in there? So he ended up throwing a free tire replacement for me. So I'm happy about that, because the front tire is actually it's rubber, and the back tire, I guess it's pneumatic. They say it's hard. It's I don't really know what's it filled with, but you can actually take it off, as I can see here, and just replace it with the new one, which I have. So I'm ready, right? But it's a good looking bike. I will tell you right away, there is one problem with it, and it's not the least user friendly part of it is actually trying to fold it in half. Because this is a bike that I actually took on the metro with me, and you can, if you get on the metro early, or even if late, because I just came from Chicago recently, you have to find a way to put it. So it's gonna be, this is a pretty sizable machine right here, even if you fold it. So let me go ahead and fold it for you, as I hold the camera here. Oh boy, it actually bends right here. It has directions, it has arrows. You can bend it right here, and then this. If I do more reviews, I'll have to get a camera with a nice standstill. And then down here, so I bent those down, And by the way, when you tighten this right here, the stopper, the whatever you call this, stop, and this right here, be careful to move it to the farthest or as far as possible so that this can pop out. This has enough room to pop out. You see that little distance, space right there? If you put it closer, me and my dad put it really close so it wouldn't close. We were confused why this thing sucks. But then as you go down here, you have to press this thing down and push this thing and push this. So push it down with your left hand, with your least dominant hand, and then push this down. And I'll be honest with you, it's kind of physical. It's not as simple as it seems, which kind of sucks. And it'll jump to the second lever. There's two heights here, which also is kind of, can be shitty. But then you press it again here, and it goes down all the way down. So that effort right there, I will say it was very physical, something they can work on and improve. I was not the best experience, but let's keep it moving. So I want to fold this thing, right? But I'm gonna have some issues because get this, it's not as simple as just so. If you just try and bend it like this, it's not gonna work. So there's some skill to it. Let me see how I can hold the camera to adjust for it. Crap. All right, let's see if I can switch it. No, I can't. Let me put this right here. It's gonna be really awkward for everyone, but check it out. What's up, everyone? Tony in the house. Anyways, so watch this. This thing is hard to fold. It's really hard. So like, come on, guys, figure it out. So I take my left hand, I put it right here. Let me put it aside. I put it right here, and I'm gonna use the bottom of my hand right here on the side to push this folding thing down. Push it down while holding the top here. The top. Push the top forward while bending this down simultaneously, and it'll bend. But the manual doesn't include that. It's not as simple. But hey, it's completed product, right? So let me move it back here. And this thing weighs about 35 pounds. And for me, a guy, I'm 190. Like, I can pick this up. It's no problem. But for me to carry this for a long time, it's like a freaking farmer's walk. I'm not trying to work out all the time. So I'm not trying to get swole. So get this. I can walk with this temporarily. If I can even put it over my shoulder, which I've done to try it out. But I'll be honest with you. Be careful, because this is kind of a beast. If you're looking for super lightweight, like this is as lightweight as it gets from this manufacturer, and for me that's fine. That's something I'm able to sacrifice. Like, I'm not gonna cry about this. I'm not gonna be a snowflake about it. So yeah. So to fold it back up, I'm just going to push this thing right here and kind of one hand, or this is really funny right here, with my leg, put it up, bring it back up, make sure it locks, but really push this lever forward so that it locks. So you hear kind of almost like two clicks. This is simple to open it. Boom, release on the left side, release on the right side. We bring it back. And then here again, it's physical. Push it up quickly. If you want the topmost height, push it up quickly. Oh shit. Oh, I forgot to take this off. Shit. No wonder it's kind of stupid. Okay, so it locked in the first one. Let me take it out again. So check this out. See this thing right here that locks it in here? Honestly, I don't think it's really necessary. I didn't really use it, but it's gonna make some speed as you ride. It's gonna knock back. So you can adjust how tight you want it to be to lock it in, and it's very simple. It's just do that. If you have any questions, put in write your question in the comment section. I'll answer them. I think this machine is really nice. They sent me, I believe they sent me like a European version, just because this is kilometer based, which is not a problem for me. I'm from Europe, so it doesn't matter. I mean, nor should it to you, honestly. But yeah, this is a beautiful machine. Let's see how to turn it on. You just hold the red button right here, and I'm in the light. Here we go. And you'll notice that there's 3 speeds, and you can adjust them. Mom, I'm on the video. Be there. It's my mom's birthday, and I just yelled at her, so that's cool. You flip. So far, I've traveled 40 kilometers, and that's like on one charge, 1.5 charge basically. but they promise 30-mile range. Just depends on how hard you go. You can honestly get there if you're on speed 1 or 2, but I honestly recommend going on speed 2, which is like 30 to 32 kilometers an hour. Which the battery, I mean, whatever throttle, I don't know the whole machinery, but it kicks in really nicely. But check this out. As I hold it, when I tap it once, I'm able to change the speed. So speed 1, speed 2, speed 3. Speed 3 is crazy. I've been able to achieve 45 kilometers an hour. It's back to 1, and then down here, it just tells you how many kilometers, and that's that. I don't understand this channel 2-piece, but this is pretty nice. I'm gonna keep this sticker on because I don't really care. I'm not to smudge it. Don't need that. And then this is the stop right here. The brakes regenerate when you stop, but be careful. I personally don't use a helmet. I'm careful enough. You have to be really attentive on the road because as you're riding in those lanes, someone can open their door and they can knock you out. You're gonna fall and hurt yourself. I'm very attentive, always looking for those car doors. It's the way I am. But yeah, overall, a beauty. I would have to come back and make a second video to see how to really comment on its longevity. I'm looking to get a lot out of it. Like, this is a new fad right here, right? Cryptocurrencies were first, and they're still around. If you have questions about that, let me know. Sidetrack. But hey, this is the new fad right here in the city. Not many people have a scooter that they own, but for 1,000 and for 1050. And by the way, if I like this a lot, then eventually I'm gonna get their better models. It's just you have to have enough space in your place. Well, there's not much space. Be able to carry it and all that. But yeah, maintenance shouldn't be that difficult. The guy told me that the brakes and the tires are the only items that need to be exchanged. And if there are any questions, I have his direct number, so I can call him for questions, which is really nice. That customer service, like, you really have to think about worst case scenarios here. Like when you get this machine, it's new, shiny, and it works well. It's top of the line, but over time it's gonna wear. Speed is gonna go down. The battery's gonna go to shit eventually. 3 years, but 3 years for 1050. When you break down how much these cost in the city, to rent one of these in the city, it costs about $1 to start and 15 cents to ride. Then there's ones that have a seat on them, which is $1 to start and 25 cents to ride. So I use it twice, and 2 times is enough for me to realize, well, let's go. Let's get our own and rock with it. So here I am. Again, Speedway Mini Motors Mini 4 Pro. Check it out. If you can, try them out. Go to your local shop if there is one where you are, whether it's in the States or in Europe. And this beauty arrived pretty early. It did have some scratches though, which I wasn't happy about. I'm gonna talk to Cooper about this, see what we can do. But honestly, I'm not that picky. I wanted this scooter for utility, to get around, which I am now. I'm so happy. I've only had it for like 5 days, 4 or 5 days, and I already used it a lot, like to get where I need to go. And people are impressed. They look at you like, hey, what's that? So you're gonna get that wow factor. But yeah, this is where it ends. Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck with your search.